Okay, Likutei Moharan Torah Chaf Gimel. We said that there is a spiritual reality. It's called Panim de Kedusha, the face of holiness, which equates Chaim, life, and equates Simcha, and equates life. And there is, diametrically opposed Bechina, which is called face to Sitra Achra, Panim Sitra Achra, which is darkened face instead of radiating face. It's a darkened face. It's more shchayra, it's depression. It's idol worshipping as opposed to avodas Hashem. And people that fall into Tavas moment, that fall into greed, that they don't believe that the Kodesh Baruch Hu can sustain a person, with just a slight thing. And they're running and chasing their parnasa with tremendous toil and single-mindedly and focused on that. They oichlei lechem beitzava, and they eat bread with sadness. That's the curse that Adam HaRishon was cursed. Beitzavon tochlenu. These are people that when they do that, they get tied up, they get connected to Sitra Achra. Sitra Achra is Elim Acherim, this is Choshech, this is darkness, this is death, this is Bchinas Nida. The Avodah Zarah is Metama like Nida, the same tumah that Nida has, Avodah Zarah has. But those people who do business fairly, they stick to the Ora Panim de Kedusha. And we said that Emes and Emunah is called, the Malchus is called Emunah when it's connected with the Emes. We said the Emes is a representation of the Zeir Anpin. Tiferes, this is the Torah, this is Yaakov, Titen Emes LeYaakov, but this is awareness. The Malchus is the Mukabel, that's the female aspect. So when it's not connected to the Emes, it's called Tzedek, it's called justice. The justice system, they have this thing with the justice is blind, supposedly. It's like which means no Rahmanas, no this, it's just justice, but it's not connected to the Emes, so it's not even justice. It's just Tzedek. It's just like, but when it's connected to the Emes, which means when the Malchus is connected to Zeir Anpin, this is Yichud Kodesh B'Chu Shchintei, then the Malchus is transformed into Emunah. It's going to Emunah. Emunah is the same Bechina as Tzedek, except it's fertile. It's not dry. It's not, is this or that? I don't care. It's something which is expansive, which grows, which gives, which accepts and gives back. And it's Ora Panim. Somebody the Iker Emunah is through Emes, and the Emes represents Ora Panim. This is what's the seal of Kodesh Baruch Hu? It's Emes, right? That's the Ora Panim. That's the revelation. That's the revelation of Hashem. When a person is Zochet to Emunah, he's Zochet to Emes. When a person is Zochet to true Emunah, then this thing shines in his mind. The Emes of the Kodesh Baruch Hu shines in his mind. As we said in the Shir, it's non-verbal. It's not something that you can put into words. But it just shines to you, and you realize that. זה שאמרו חכמים זכרון לברכה, on the pasuk that Yaakov Avinu, when he came to Shechem, Vayichan Pnei Ha'ir, came back from Lavan, he came back from Haran. It says, and after he made Esav, and he comes to Shechem, it goes Vayichan Pnei Ha'ir. He parked at the face of the city. Vayichon means he made a machana, he made a camp, he camped at the face of the city. What does Pshat Vayichon Pnei Ha'ir? What does it mean? That Yichan is also means endowed. Vayachon, El Rachum V'Chanun. Endowing, giving. Chanino is amnesty. So it means camped, and it means amnesty, means he gives. He gave something to the face of the city. What does it mean? So Chazal said there are two opinions in Chazal. What does it mean? Chad Omar Matbea Tikelan. Chazal said he established a coin, currency. Chad Omar, and someone else says Merchatzoes Tikelan. And others said he established bathhouses. And Rabbeinu says, Hainu hach v'lo pligi. They're both the same thing. There's no machlokas between the two opinions. Ki Yaakov hu b'chinas emes. Yaakov is a representation of emes. Kmo shekosov titen emes liYaakov. V'hu b'chinas or upon him. That's a manifestation of the light of the face of the panim. V'techef ksheba, and the minute he came, nistaken emuna. The minute he came, emuna was rectified. The faith was rectified because emes and emuna depended upon one another. V'zeh matbea tiken. This is when he says that he established currency. What does it mean? Shetiken taivas ma. He rectified the craving of greed. And mimela automatically kshetiken taivas momen, when he rectified the aspect of greed, nistaken pgam avodas halilin. Also, the damage of idol worshiping was also rectified. Because we said this is both things. This is a bath. He established bathhouses. It is said, and Paro's daughter, that's what we learned in last week's parsha. Paro's daughter went to wash by the river. Now, why would on earth the daughter of the king will come to wash herself in the river? From all the people in Egypt, the one person who 100% doesn't like any baths and pools and whatever it is in their house, nicely warmed and everything, would be Paro and his daughter, right? She could wash herself in milk if she wants, no problem. She's the daughter of the king. What is she doing, coming down to wash in the river? Because the river is a mikveh. She came down to Toivel and B'Megaya. And for this, you need something that has a din of a mikveh. And that's a river. She came to Toivel in the river. And this is Merchatzoes Tikelam. He established bathhouses that they will wash and purify themselves from the vice of greed, which is the pgam of idol worshiping. That he camped the face of the town, pnei daika, the face of the town, which is upon the sitra acha. It had the face of sitra achara. Shei matbea. It was a matbea. It was tavas moment. It was greed. And he fixed it. He fixed the greed. He fixed the bchinas of avodas halilin. Okay. Comes the question, why is greed and idols and idol worshipping are one and the same? It says, Ki kol avodas zoros tchuvim b'momen. All the idol worshipping, all types of idol worshipping are established and embellished and embedded in money. בשביל זה ממון, the word ממון, mem vav nun, im oisios, with the oisios, with the four oisios, gematria kam, 140. Keneged kam, 140 calling voices, shashchina, that's the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that resides in this world, that's the Malchus. Tzvachas kalani miroshi, kalani mizroi. It screams, my head is heavy and my arm is heavy. That's the Shekhinah screams 70 voices about my head is heavy, and the 70 voices about my arm is heavy. Al elai noiflim etavas mammon. It screams on those, lamenting on those who fall into the passion of greed. Shem avodas elilim. This is mamish idol worshiping. Klulim, now Shem avodas elilim, klulim me avodos shel shivim umis. It combines all the idol worshipping of all the 70 nations. So you have 70 umas. This is why Kam Kalan, this is 140 voices. This is twice Ayin, twice 70. Ki Shechina tzavachas akalin kfulin. The Shechina shouts, cries, double the voices. B'chinas kalani miroishi, kalani mizloi. It makes a call, it makes a voice, it makes a cry from the head, because of the head. It makes a cry because of the arm. Shem b'chinas koilos kfulin, the arm. This is koilos kfulin, this is double voices. Haynu shnei pamim ayin kalan, twice 70 voices. Shetzuvachas hashchina, the Shechina cries out, ala noiflim etayvas mamon, for those who fall into greed. Shehi avodas elilim, this is idol worshipping. Idol worshipping. Shehi avodah zarah. That's idol worship. Klula mikol avodah zarah shekol ayin umas. It combines all the idols of all the 70 nations. That's 140 voices. 70, keneged the 70 avodah zarah that is in money, but the 70 voices are double. Once against the head and once against the zroya. This alludes to the fact that what a person thinks against the head, he thinks with his own chokhmas, with his own ideas. He earned the money. This is the Shekhinah says, kalani miroishi, my head is heavy. This has chokhma shebarosh. And that which he thinks, my koichi v'otzim yodi, I did it with my own hands, the self-help man, with my own two hands. He says, this is the Shekhinah cries out, kalani mi zroi. This is what Papa West says. And he said also, Levar, he says, because there's another 70 and 70. The 70 voices the Shekhinah has to scream before, if you remember, you give birth to the Moichin from the Makifin, remember? The 70 voices. The 70 voices. And the 70 voices you have to scream, not to fall into greed, to not to say koichei v'otzim yodi. They are two separate... This is what Chazal said, Kashim mezonoi sof shel odom, kiflaim ke'eledo. The parnos of a person is twice as difficult, as hard, as a woman who is giving birth. And he said about her, be'etzev teldid babonim, right? This is what Chava, the curse of Chava says, in sorrow you will give birth to children. And in Zohar it says v'itzavon tochlena. In Yolel it says be'etzev. In food it says v'itzavon tochlena. So etzev and itzavon. And this is al pisod. Ki hayoledes ramas ein kalin kodem aleido. The woman, before she gives birth, she cries out 70 voices. Before she gives birth, But here, in a person's sustenance, which is Taivas Moment and running after Parnosa, Yesh Kuf Mem Kolim. This is 140 voices. Shne Pamim Ein. This is twice 70, twice the screen. This is what Chazal said in the Mishnah, Pirkas Avos, Ve'al ti'iro asho b'fnei atzmecha. Don't figure yourself to be a Rasha. Because if you figure yourself to be a Rasha, you say, you know what the heck, I'm already a Rasha, I'll just do whatever the heck I want. Don't be all b'fnei atzmecha. This is b'fnei atzmecha, b'fnei, this is upon Sitra Achra. This is the face of Sitra Achara that comes mechmas Taivas Moment. She'en mamim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the person doesn't believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shu Azan U'Mefarnas, that he is the one who sustains and gives Parnasa. U'choshev koichi v'oitzim yodi yasol esachai lezeh. He thinks me and my own force, oitzim yodi, the mightiness of my hand, has wrought this wealth, this fortune that I have made. וזה עצמך, זה לשון עוצם יודי. אל תהי ראשה בפני עצמך. Don't fall into face of Sitachana. In other words, the Mishnah says, don't be a Rasha and chase money, which is Pnei, this is Paner Sitra Achro, that comes through the Atzmecha of Koichi ve'otzem Yodi. Ad kan, Likutei Moharan for today.